Welcome to the Popcorn Talk Network. For the online broadcast network that features movie discussion, news, and interviews, press 1. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies.
Let those who worship evil's might beware my power. Green Lantern's light.
From the Popcorn Talk Network, the online broadcast network for movie talk, and the schmoes know, this is DC Movie News, bringing you the most up-to-date discussion and commentary within the DC universe.
Cool it off.
There you go. Rub those hands, Roxy.
This is so soothing. Like,
that's what happens. We start a little bit late. We get a hand rub. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the DC Movie News Show right here on the Popcorn Talk Network. Wherever you are in the world, I know we got U.S. listeners. We got listeners in England, Ireland, other countries.
All over Asia.
All over Asia.
New Zealand.
Antarctica.
Woohoo!
New Zealand. Wherever you are internationally, welcome to the show. Thank you. We're starting a little bit late. That's my fault. I had a job that ran late. I hustled here, fought LA traffic, and we're here, damn it. Let's introduce everybody. We are at DC Movies SK on the Twitter. Also, Facebook.com/DC Movies SK, right? Same thing? Perfect. At Jay Quasto on Twitter. The lady to my left, you see her here every single week. She's wearing a fancy black dress, fresh off her appearance all over Coachella. No internet videos, though, unfortunately. Find her on Twitter at Roxy Striar. She's Roxy Striar.
Hello. First of all, this is a cotton dress. I didn't know it was that nice, but
It's a very fancy dress.
I tried to dress up for you guys today because everybody commented on the fact that I didn't try last week. It was in a t-shirt, so look at me with makeup on.
That's really rude to be like, hey, you didn't try.
Well, there was a lot about the spray tan.
Well,
There's a lot about the spray tan.
We were in a small quarters Sizzler, and she spray tanned right before the show, and it kind of wafted all throughout.
I got
It was an experience.
Okay.
It brought back bad memories to my last relationship, and so I cried at the end. It was very
You
touching.
didn't miss much. You didn't.
That's what happened. And our special guest, he's one of the best friends of the show. You can find him on Twitter at Sizzler Kistler. Also, he's going to be signing show the books off. He will be signing these two books that he wrote, for God's sake. How amazing is that? And where are you going to be signing them, Sis?
These will be at Wizard World, Las Vegas on the 24th, 25th, and 26th. I'll be there Saturday and Sunday with a table to sign, and I'll also be on about 5 panels throughout those 2 days.
That's going to be a busy weekend. Yes, we'll give him a round of applause for that.
Yep. New York Times bestseller, Doctor Who history.
Are we going to get a signed copy?
I mean, do you have any money?
After.
Okay.
I love it. So, needless to say, this is probably the biggest week of news we've had in the 22 odd episodes of our show.
All right, and can I tell you the reason why? Because
Sure.
we're actually seeing footage for something, and we are DC Movie News. Movie news. And now we have news on movies.
That's the thing, is because people get confused. We've had people complain, like, you got to talk about comic books more. No, it's called the DC Movie News Show. We got to talk mainly about movies, but we like to sprinkle in other things, too. Now we finally have a movie to talk about. Mixed results, mixed reviews, I guess, about this 20-second teaser trailer.
It's a teaser for trailer. Like, it... Yeah.
I see your point.
Let's get into this.
You and I had a bit of a different opinion.
Yeah.
I thought it did its job, guys. Look, we see Batman, we see Superman, we see a cool logo over 20 seconds of thunder. You think it's not really necessary. Kind of agree.
Well, let's talk about exactly what it is, though. Like you're saying, it's a teaser for a trailer, because I know that some people are confused on what's going on, because they're like, what's happening on April 20th? What is 420? So on 420, I guess that's a different question. On April 20th...
No one remembers what happens on 420.
On April 20th, there is going to be a somewhere around 2-minute extended...
Your thoughts?
Well, see, this is the thing. First, a couple years ago, Snyder announced, hey, we're going to do a Superman-Batman film, and he basically showed the logo. Then a year later, he showed only the people in Hall H a little teaser of, like, Superman looking angry with glowing eyes, and Batman looking in the Frank Miller outfit, but let's face it, it now looks like Lego Batman, and he had glowy eyes, and that was it. And they never released it online. I still don't understand why they never did that. And now we just get 2 empty costumes, which we've already seen in photos, and again the logo. I just felt like nothing new has been gained from the last 2 things.
But isn't it fun just to throw something out there and just say, hey,
but then
guys.
throw something out there like this? To me, like this, I saw less here than I did in the 2 previous look at these teases from the movie things.
Okay, the other important thing to address just off the top is, so these 20 seconds were put out on purpose, and then today, at a later point, 30 more seconds in Spanish were leaked. Now, we don't know if that is a pushed leak or a by accident leak or something's going on in the
Theft.
works or a swerve or
Our friend
what.
El Maimbe would know. He knows everything.
Yeah, let's call him up.
He needs to get on the show soon.
Yeah, he will. He's coming on.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
You guys keep tweeting at him. But so then that happened also. If you didn't see it when it happened, you're going to have a hard time seeing it because WB was on it so
As they
fast.
should be.
They were trying to get that down.
Yeah, I respect that.
Right. And again, it was in Spanish, so it was interesting, and it didn't really add that much information. Although your one line, you do a better voice than I do.
Oh, the Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
Like apparently it ends with Ben Affleck doing his bad voice of just like, "Do you bleed?
Okay.
You will." And I was just like, which I don't know. It's again, I'm interested in this movie, but I'm not thrilled by a lot of the stuff I've been hearing about and the direction it is. And that line just came off to me as like, just it's so Frank Miller-ish, and
It does seem a little bit much.
right. And Frank Miller
Yeah.
did excellent Batman stories. No one's denying that. But I don't know. It almost felt like it was trying too hard. And Batman, there's also I have my own ideas of like how Batman talks, and I was like, that seems a little more like a Wolverine kind of line or something. Like I don't know, Batman.
keep in
Batman sort of
mind-
speaks softly but carries a big bat stick.
But keep in mind, though, sometimes trailers are done with footage that's not actually in the movie. So let's hope maybe that's the case. It is only 20 seconds. For me, it was fine. I thought the music was really great. It didn't do much.
It didn't
but,
tick me off. I just thought this was nothing.
Okay, coming from the chat, Kwame Brereton says,
What up, Kwame?
I couldn't understand beep from the leak trailer. I'm with you. I was kind of like...
I have no interest in watching leak things. I want to wait until I can see the leak.
Yeah, I didn't. I should clarify. Like, I didn't see it myself. I was told that this was the line that was in it, but I've also been told that for a lot of people, the sound quality was crap and they couldn't understand.
And
I
Was
haven't
it just
seen
some
it.
dude?
Yeah,
up his phone?
it apparently it looked like some dude holding up a phone. So God knows if it's even.
Definitely, and it was all dark, and I couldn't really
Yeah.
see. Renee says, "Will you bleed?" is an awesome line, and I kind of have to agree with it. It's just so like malicious and dark, and that this is the V part of Batman v Superman.
If Luther had that line, I would be all over that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, Batman having that line, like it just doesn't sound.
I see it as a misdirection.
Yeah,
Bit of a swerve.
Do you believe in swerves?
Bit of a
You know
fastball.
my whole life is swerves.
Yeah, I do. What I really liked was watching these two like logo-y things come together at the end. I thought that looked so cool in the official 20 seconds. I don't know. I just think that in the same kind of way that Star Wars was like flashes of this and flashes of that.
But even in Star Wars, I at least got a sense of
little
what
information.
I got a sense of the tone. There was someone saying, "Hey, stuff is going to happen." And I saw a new kind of thing that I haven't seen before. I saw a new type of droid. I saw a new type of speeder. I saw a wreckage of something I was familiar with, and I saw a new character.
But I almost thought of this as more of a billboard for what we are going to see.
which is
Which I'm down with. That's fine.
Right.
And this is just a difference of opinion here because it's just I'm not into that new thing of like we're going to advertise that we're going to have an advertisement later coming out.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of pointless. Just like especially now after 3 years, I'm just like just either release a trailer or don't.
It's coming
That's my
soon,
attitude.
though. Hey, with Mad Max, May 15th, we got the whole thing. And then April 20th, like you mentioned, there's a special viewing, if you will.
Right.
But I don't believe that's going to be leaked online, as far as I know. It's just going to be for
Well, we'll see. We didn't think much of this was going to be leaked online.
Hey, nowadays with what's it called?
Periscope?
Yeah.
My Periscope.
How do you stop someone from doing that?
I don't know, but they're really trying.
With mind bullets.
Just as a correction from Kronzatrone says, it was actually, tell me, do you bleed? You will.
Okay, I forgot to tell me.
Yeah, you forgot to tell me.
I'm sorry.
Everybody
For having
bleeds.
not seen the trailer, I'll deal with it.
There you go. So that's not the only thing we had. We've had so much stuff going on this week, and a lot of it is very confusing. Not just the teaser trailer, not just it being leaked in Portuguese, just a lot of stuff going on. Let's start off first with Wonder Woman. All right?
Wonder Woman.
Well,
Oh, are you starting along with our singing part of the show?
yeah, he's joining
Wonder
in.
Woman, Wonder
Woman. So Michelle McLaren, amazing director, Emmy Award winner.
Yes.
She was all
Yes.
lined up to direct Wonder Woman, and then the always popular creative differences reared its ugly head with Warner Brothers. She's out as director, and then within 48 hours,
Yeah.
we have a brand new director. I think everyone's number one choice if you had to choose. I know Roxy's for sure 'cause she loves the movie Monster. Patty Jenkins, now the director of Wonder Woman. What the hell's going on?
All right.
Does anyone know?
A lot of different things could be going on. Nobody knows for sure. However, this, as you said, creative differences. Now, that means a couple different things. What I would have to assume is that they were having creative differences. She wanted one thing, and she saw one sort of vision for Wonder Woman, and the studio saw something else. And ultimately, this is going to be the studio's film, and what the director wants isn't going to be as important or primary, and if they don't find somebody who's aligning with their vision, then they're canned.
Do you think it wasn't just that Patty Jenkins was their choice all along, and then when she became available, maybe they said, you know what, we're going to let you go, but we're just going to say it was amicable? Do you think that's a possibility?
And that's something that's come up with me, because this is way fast to find a replacement. Like,
really fast.
This is
some under the table type.
If this was on a TV show, I would find this unrealistic, because the logistics of just all the paperwork and the deal making and the things you got to have notarized and the NDAs take so much longer.
Yeah.
And
right.
The fact that we've had a creative difference fail before, with like years ago when the project first was going into action with maybe Joss Whedon attached, and then there were creative differences there. Also, if it is a matter of, well, the director's going one way and the studio's going another way, it just seems like that would have happened earlier in the game then. You know, the fact that we've had her attached this long, and that when she left, they were like, no, but we were still going on schedule. It's like, really? Like, so how much are you letting the directors helm the ship? Because the directors need to helm the ship for a good portion. Marvel's had a nice balance of studio control plus letting the directors do what they do. I mean, other than apparently with Edgar Wright.
To be honest, it's good you brought up about how things do work. I kind of feel like this has been in the works for a little bit.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, I almost feel like they decided weeks ago, okay, we're going to let her go because we have Patty Jenkins on board.
Right.
Let's wait for the perfect time to drop her and then add Patty. Because to do all that, that's not in 48 hours with a major...
No. There are too many people involved.
This has been in the works for a little bit, is so different than this was always in the works. So I completely agree with the fact that this has been in the works for a little bit.
Yes.
There's no way she left and 48 hours later contracts were signed with Patty.
No.
And that, absolutely not. But I don't think from day one they were like, ooh, this is the plan.
Oh, yeah. I don't think that there was like a Lex Luthor machination of like, we'll make everyone think it's McLaren.
Well, especially because McLaren is so talented. Like they would choose some crap bag if they didn't actually care. And
What is
then
a crap bag?
a bag of crap.
It's you light it up and put it on someone's porch.
I feel as if a crap bag is pretty self-explanatory.
That's what you do.
But you know,
From the Greek crap.
I honestly think so. A couple days
From the root of the word.
a couple days ago, I was a little upset because I do think McLaren is an amazing director.
Yes.
but
No, there's no one doubting that.
right,
Yeah.
of course. But today, I'm feeling really happy because I think that Patty's also an amazing director, and I'm really glad because the second they dropped McLaren, there was feminists all over the world that were like, this is BS, they don't want a woman, they're coming in with a man, and they didn't do that, so those people can shush now. I mean, I think that this is a female-driven movie with a female director and a female lead character, and I think that Patty does a really good job with movies like that, such as Monster, which was amazing.
Yeah, no one's doubting the talent of Jenkins. Absolutely.
Nope.
Like, if you're going to have a replacement, this seems like a really good
Are
replacement.
you guys The Killing fans? That's her show that she has directed.
I have not seen The Killing.
I haven't checked it out yet.
Yeah, but I hear really good things about her direction on it. So
I'm just interested, and we'll probably never find this out unless Michelle McLaren decides to do a tell-all at some point. I'm interested as to why exactly this happened.
Right.
Maybe Patty turned it down first, and they said, all right, boom, Michelle McLaren, come on. And then all of a sudden changed their mind, maybe? I don't know.
There was some
that would be
rumor.
weird.
There was some rumor going around about like differences of how to portray Wonder Woman's powers and what would be sort of her surroundings. That apparently McLaren wanted her to have like a tiger at her side because part of Wonder Woman's aspect in the comics, at least, I don't know if this has been true in the New 52, I forget now. But classically, she has sort of this communion with animals and connection with animals. Mm-hmm. And the studio apparently, this is the rumor, I don't know, but the studio apparently wasn't as down with having Wonder Woman have like a tiger sidekick. Me, I would effing love that.
tiger sidekick.
Yeah, tiger sidekick.
Yeah, because that's not annoying to film at all, though.
Yeah, deal with it. It's
Hangover.
Wonder Woman.
That's true. Just suck it up and deal with it then.
It's like one of my favorite runs when Gail Simone was on there. Diana had talking gorillas who hung out with her and were warriors, and that was freaking awesome. Because why the hell not? Comics.
Why the hell not?
Comics.
There's no rules, no boundaries. Make
Yeah.
it happen. Either way, though, we're excited to have Patty Jenkins on board,
Yes.
and I really don't think the whole creative differences, I don't think it has anything to do with Michelle MacLaren read the script and didn't like it, or like she didn't like the way the character. I don't buy that. I just think it was one choice over another.
But it doesn't make you nervous at all that the director wasn't having the full and complete say in the direction.
It makes me nervous, but there's not enough information for me to go one way or the other.
Okay.
I'm not nervous at all.
You know,
I think it's going to be fine.
And also, to be fair, I've been nervous about this movie since the beginning because I really love Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Well, nervous isn't necessarily a bad thing. Nervous doesn't mean you think it's going to be a, what was it? Crap bag?
Yes. Yes. From the Greek.
Right. Yeah. Crap bag.
Let's move on to something even more fun than that. A guy that's been on board and is still on board and is going to do a great job in all our opinions. Jared Leto, man, he got himself some green hair, not just some bleached skin. But he does have bleached skin. They're gonna do makeup. He's gonna have bleached skin.
Really?
Yes, that's what they're saying.
They're gonna dunk him.
I don't know how they do
bleach.
it. I don't know how they do it, but they're saying they're not gonna do makeup. He's going to bleach his skin for this role. That's what I saw.
Where are the...
And there's that picture.
Michael Jackson status?
Obviously making the Killing Joke reference there. He was the guy behind the camera supposedly for the Suicide Squad team picture last week.
And that's what everybody was. That's what everybody was saying. Ha ha ha! That's why he's not there. He was taking the picture, and then they released that. So number one, either it's true and he really did take the picture. Or number two, they're really listening to their fans and seeing what people are saying. Either way, this picture was rad. I love the green hair. Period. That was the end of my thought.
It's a cute little tease. It is a really cute tease.
Cute's a nice word.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, the bleached skin, we'll see how that works out. Like, I talk about somebody I don't want to look like a tiger. Hopefully he's not like striped and spotted by it, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see.
Yep. And also Will Smith, he's bald. Let's get that picture up there. This was...
Oh, I haven't seen this.
Yeah.
Oh, look at him.
He's been wearing a Scully and kind of hiding his face a little bit, hiding his chin, hiding his lack of hair.
I heard he was bald, but I hadn't seen it. Nice.
Yep. He is... not only is a transformation happening for Jared Leto and Joker, which he's going there with it now.
Yeah.
Will Smith, bald, dead shot.
I like it.
Yeah. It's interesting because the dead shot that I have in my mind, obviously, right now is coming from Arrow. And this is a very different look than that would be.
And the Arrow Deadshot is pretty different from the comic Deadshot.
Yeah,
too.
Absolutely. But what I like about this is I think Will Smith looks like a total badass.
Yes.
Will Smith is always...
Yeah, he is. But, he could also look like a suit and tie kind of guy. And right now, I think with the shaved head, he looks like he could... Really, I mean, in the next picture, there's these two photos, and one of them he's dying laughing, so he doesn't really look like he could kill somebody there. But I think he looks great.
No, I mean, Will Smith, it's so funny how far he's come in 25 years. I knew him, growing up in Philadelphia, I know him as the Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
Where he was like a wiry...
Oh, yeah.
Late teen rapper.
Class clown.
Yeah, and now, I mean, dude got... I mean, right around Independence Day is when he's been ripped ever since. And so he's got the look... He's got the look of Deadshot, that's for sure.
And in the comics, before New 52, Deadshot's origin was like he was one of Bruce Wayne's sort of social class. Like he was one of the rich socialites of Gotham who started becoming this marksman criminal because he was bored.
Yeah.
And his original costume was a tux.
Huh?
So
I love a dude in a tux that can kick some ass.
Absolutely.
That's why I love Kingsman so much. That was badass.
HS Productions wants to know, is Deadshot bald in the comics? I don't know.
I don't recall that he's ever been bald in the comics. I think he's always had hair, but he has often worn this like kind of skull cap.
Right, he's got the mask thing.
In Assault on Arkham, he had very, very short black hair. Essentially, he looked bald.
He's had short hair several times. I can't recall any time that he's been bald.
Yeah. He looks ready to go.
But I mean, the character, it's going to be, that's not an easy character to play. I mean, a guy who's completely reckless and has no qualms about dying. He's
he's doing him. You do you. That's his thing.
Absolutely.
And if you're gonna have an explosion in the back of your neck, I guess you don't really want your hair to get all over the place.
That's your primary concern with explosives.
It's easier to wipe the blood off when you got the bald head.
You want to make sure you can feel the death device on the back of your head.
I can just picture the comments right now being like, "Gosh, Roxy, you really think that's?" No, I don't think that's why they shaved his head.
Oh, if they think that, screw that. Whatever.
I don't.
If you were on Suicide Squad, you have to put your hair up all the time.
You know what? I really don't think I'd be okay. Now I can't be on the squad. I'm off the damn squad.
That's the only reason.
Yeah, you have to put your hair. I mean, you're trained.
She was ready.
Yeah.
I was ready to go.
You don't know Roxy Striar and her weaponry history.
You don't know.
Moving on to Jim Parrick. Stay on the Suicide Squad bandwagon here. He hinted at playing Deathstroke on Instagram. I thought this was very interesting. We got a little Daft Punk Deathstroke combination picture he put on Instagram here.
What's up with this?
I think it's clear that he's saying Deathstroke is going to be I
think it's very, very clear, and people who disagree with that just aren't reading between the lines.
It's such a sad state of affairs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I honestly, this was a little confusing to me, the correlation between the two and what he drew, but he said he's drawing inspiration. There's this quote about inspiration. This is either him doing what our friend was doing, pushing for a role that he doesn't have yet, or this is him teasing, I'm talking about Tyrese, or this is him teasing that he already has the role.
Right.
I don't know which one.
To me, I don't think you put something out there like that. Because let's see, the hashtags.
Please recall Tyrese for a second.
But Tyrese he's known for being a showboater and a poop talker.
Right, but he put a lot of stuff out there, like pretty much saying he had the role.
But he's saying personality-wise.
Oh.
But Tyrese never, if you recall any of those, he never said, "Yo, this is my role." He was pitching himself. It was clearly a pitch.
Right.
Whereas what Jim Parrick's putting up here, he's got hashtag here we go, hashtag let's get it. And when you got a picture of Slade Wilson underneath the Daft Punk album, he starts off talking about Daft Punk and then quickly switches. I mean, I don't think you put that out there and risk getting a studio pissed off.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
In my opinion, I think he was given the okay.
Right.
But, man, just go ahead.
Yeah.
We like that picture.
Sure, whatever that picture means.
What do you think? I mean...
Deathstroke the musical.
Means musical.
Should we try what would the first song be?
They look alike.
Deathstroke.
It would be Run's house.
Deathstroke.
Well, Daft Punk doesn't really have a lot of lyrics, right?
That's
True. That's why you got to bring in Run DMC.
Yeah, it's going to have to be really intense.
Every movie needs to start with Run's house. It's actually a big failing of Hollywood that they don't.
Yeah, but for Deathstroke, does Run's house really... does that really fit Deathstroke?
What Deathstroke comics are you reading, sir? That's my background soundtrack for all Deathstroke
Okay.
stories.
Saying, when I think of
Is
Deathstroke...
Run greatest hits.
I don't think of Reverend Run, but I mean...
You don't know.
Who do I know? Yeah, I don't know.
Coming from the chat, Michael Hill
And then the Mamas and the Papas.
is saying Daft Punk to do the score for Deathstroke.
Yeah, I mean that realistically, I did think about that, and that would be interesting because that's honestly not what I would have picked for Deathstroke, but it could totally work.
They've got some cool stuff that they do.
Absolutely, their stuff on
Yeah.
Tron was freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's true.
And that would create a lot of social media waves. People would be really excited about that. Because Daft Punk is legendary at this point.
Yeah.
I hear they're playing at Coachella this year.
Were you there?
Yeah, I was there, but that's just the ongoing joke because they never actually show up.
On purpose?
Yeah, they just never actually go.
They say they're playing?
No,
and
it's just the rumor every year that Daft Punk's going to come perform because they
really?
don't do live shows. Yeah.
Is that also that it's 2 weekends in a row now, right?
Yeah, it is. And if they come for a second weekend, then I might as well be in the Suicide Squad so that my brains can get blown out.
Oh, so you
That's the chances.
so you had a rough weekend at Coachella is what you're saying.
It was such a hard life.
Okay. I'm just glad it's 2 weeks in a row.
That's a music festival I went to for any of you guys who didn't know. That's why I had the spray tan last week. Moving on.
Did you get a text from Madonna?
Yeah, she made out with me too.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, and I also was part of kicking Justin Bieber out. That was me. I did that.
I paid no attention to anything. I'm just glad people are leaving Los Angeles for the second weekend in a row. Get the hell out of my city. I'm fine with that.
Anyway, DC stuff now.
All right, let's get back into it. The Flash, Roxy, your favorite. Phil Lord and Chris Miller. Now, we reported last week that there were rumors about them taking on this movie. Now it's official. It was announced on the Popcorn Talk Network first, as far as I understand. After building the Lego movie, they are now taking on The Flash. It doesn't hit theaters till March 23rd, 2018 at this point. But
it just sounds like it's so freaking far away.
That's because it is.
I know.
over
And at least we have
1,000 days.
Flash show in the meantime because I'm obsessed. But 2018. I know that we're in 2015, but I feel like we're in. I still feel like we're in 2009.
That's still a long time.
I know.
You and I can have 2 children in that span of time.
Together?
We could do that, I guess.
I could have one of your children and one of his children.
No, there need to be no kids of mine in this world. No, trust me, I don't want to put that on humanity.
Yeah, because you never know; they could be Marvel fans.
Yeah. Hey, come on!
But
Meredith wants to come on the show. We don't want her to watch this and think we're going to shit on her.
no, she's coming on. She'll come on.
This team, I'm excited about this team now because I was thinking like Flash movie. It's not like the Flash TV series. Oh, what are you guys doing?
Right.
You put these two on. Like, all right, I'm listening now. Because Lego Movie.
You just did like the Matthew McConaughey. All right. That's what just happened.
All right.
Yeah, but I agree. I think that they're great.
Good point from Reeker of Havoc in chat roll. They're only writing a treatment as of now, but that's a package deal. They're not going to not direct it if they write a treatment.
I mean, that is a good point, though, because I would have said that exact same thing that you just said about a bunch of people who then end up not. There's been a lot of people joining on, leaving, whatever it is. So I guess nothing's set in stone until it is.
Right. It's not set in stone, but I'm automatically more interested now than I was before.
Yeah.
Because that was a fantastic movie.
Yeah, and I think that obviously the treatment's very important, and they want to take a look at it, but I'd be shocked if these guys don't write the treatment and then don't immediately get signed on, because... You're not going to get...
That would be a huge fail.
So this is coming from Michael Hill. He says, if Lord and Miller are working on the script, then it looks like the tone of the movie will be more comedic than other DC movies. I would probably agree with that, but I think that no matter who was working on the script, the tone of The Flash would probably be more comedic than some of the other DC.
It's going to have to be more comedic than BVS. Have to be more comedic than Suicide Squad. Even more so than just... It's going to have to be. And that's okay.
Just so you know, Todos Los Diaz says, I can't believe you guys denied Roxy's baby mama request, and I kind of am feeling that way too.
First off, that's the greatest name in chat roll ever. Todos with a Z, Los with a Z, Diaz with a Z. I love you, dude. That's the greatest name ever. Good for you, man.
I said I was fine.
And he's still not acknowledging that he denied my request to be baby mama.
I don't want to be anyone's baby daddy.
Yeah, it's just a little upset.
I can't even get a dog. I don't want to. I'm not ready for that. I'm trying to be Booster Gold up in here, man.
That's true.
Anyway, though, back to The Flash. A lot of people are thinking now we could end up seeing a Wally West in the movie version since TV's Barry Allen.
Right.
Because you mentioned, like, oh my God, the TV show's so good. How are they going to make it?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I would be down for that. I remember back in college when we were talking in a class about adaptations, because I was doing TV and film, and I brought up I would love if you did a Flash TV show for like 5 seasons, 6 seasons, Barry Allen dies, and then in either a movie or a spin-off sequel TV show have Wally West.
That just would mean losing Grant Gustin, though, and he's just the best of all time.
No, he absolutely is. And that's nothing against any cast or anything. It struck me as because no one's done that before.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
We really haven't seen a superhero legacy yet in the movie adaptations.
Right, because these people sign on for so many seasons and they get to be so loved that by the time that you would kill them off story-wise, they don't want to kill them off.
And they also keep choosing characters under the idea that there haven't been heroes beforehand or something. So like Black Canary showed up in Arrow, but instead of having said, oh, well, her mom was Black Canary no, her mom was clearly not Black Canary. It becomes a sister thing.
Or even the fact that we did go to The Flash, and The Flash's dad was clearly the Flash back then, but now in the show, he's not the Flash.
Right, there's no like 1940s Jay Garrick Flash.
But like the trickster going over would be the closest thing they had to doing something like that.
Right.
I also, just staying on the directors for a second, coming from the chat, Christian Strand said 21 and 22 Jump Street does a great job of combining action and comedy, and I completely agree with that. So
a lot more comedy.
Yeah, that's definitely more comedy.
No, but in 22 Jump Street, there was a lot of action
going on. But they were also satirizing sequels. Like every other scene was making fun of. They even had a literal definition of meet cute, which is a film term.
Right, of course.
Like,
well, 21 and 22 Jump Street, they're borderline slapstick, and no one loves slapstick more than me.
No, I thought it was great, by the way. I love those movies.
Yeah, but obviously you can't have that level of it on the Flash.
You shouldn't have that on the Flash. No, but, Ambush Bug, yeah.
There you go. But it's got to have good writing, and I think it'll be interesting. Also, you got to believe we'll see Flash and Justice League then, right?
Oh, He'd have to be.
He'd have to be. Otherwise, he has to show up.
100%.
Especially now that Flash is a bigger character in the minds of the general audience, not just comic book fans.
If you go to any kind of store, there's like the Batman shirt, the Superman shirt, the Flash shirt.
Yeah.
Now it's just like a standard thing. He's a huge... Especially now, like you're saying.
Everyone now knows the famous comic book phrase that Mark Waid started of, my name is Barry Allen, I'm the Flash, the fastest man alive. That happens every week now.
Yeah.
Boomtown.
Yeah.
Although he doesn't know how fast I am.
Well, he just denied the Suicide Squad, so Can we really believe how fast you are?
I'm really slow.
Although, show everyone what you're wearing
painfully
around your
slow.
neck. Is that a crystal?
It's the dark crystal.
I got quartz crystal.
Look how adorable
Look
that
how fast
is.
I could be.
Look how
I could be
powerful.
keeping powers in here. And you don't know.
Powerful, guys.
Why are you
guys don't
keeping them
know.
in there? Why don't you just get your powers?
Well, maybe I'm saving them.
It's glowing.
For like Saturday when
No,
you're
for
bored?
2016.
Oh, I
Way
see.
down her neck.
You don't even know. Maybe
see.
2020.
She got it at Coachella. Okay.
It didn't.
Speaking of directors, let's move on to Aquaman.
Yeah.
Our man James Wan is the front runner to direct Aquaman. Obviously, Furious 7. He's already got a relationship with The Rock. Do you think this is a done deal, or do you think it's going to take a little while to figure that out yet?
I don't know. He has been around for a long time. He also worked on Saw, so he's got
first
a
one.
little bit of a dark
I
history
admit,
to him.
I'm a Saw fan. I'm hooked. I've been hooked since day one. I love the psychological part of it. Granted, it jumped the shark after Saw 3. But I've seen them all.
What do you think after Saw?
And I'm excited for Saw 8.
Saw 3 pushed it, but I still enjoyed it. It just wasn't as good as I thought, like the first two. And then Saw 4 is when I say, yes, we went somewhere weird.
Saw 7 was I watched it.
Didn't
and I was
even
just
get
like,
that far. I looked that up on Wikipedia just to see like what happened later. That's dumb.
The way it ended, it obviously it left it open. But you watch it and you're just like, really? Can someone just end it, please?
Yeah.
Well, he didn't work on those, so we don't have to worry
No,
about
Right,
that.
he did the first one.
Saw 8, I'm excited.
did the
Anyway,
first one.
back to James Wan. Did the first one, and that's a classic.
It is
Yeah.
so good.
And so that means that he can have a dark side to him.
Yeah.
He's got an action side to him. He's got a lot of different sides to him. He's clearly a talented dude. Do I think this is set in stone? No, I don't.
Well, I mean, especially this week when we just saw a director get replaced in 48 hours.
Right.
I don't think we can say anything is set in stone yet.
That's what I'm saying. I'm kind of feeling like all of a sudden Will Smith's going to drop a project here.
Hey now.
Hey,
what are you doing bringing that negative energy here?
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Isn't that a positive energy crystal? You're bringing some
Come on.
negative
I
stuff
I told you
here?
I'm storing it all.
the way that just looked weird. I'm storing it all. But
Anyway.
on the positive note, with James Wan directing Aquaman, he's known for his visuals. Those water scenes could be stunning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really could be.
First off,
Also-
they have to be. Aquaman better have some stunning visuals in that film because a lot of people are on the fence of whether or not they're excited about it. I'm so pumped.
Well, see, and this again, this has me interested now where I wasn't sure about things before, because if you're gonna do Aquaman, yeah, I kind of want to see some high-flying adventures, some like weird fantasy aspects that you wouldn't see in a Batman movie with like, you know, some of his weirder enemies or the god aspect if you bring in like the Triton and Neptune and all that jazz. And you're telling me you have the director for Furious 7? Immediately I'm like, oh, well, all right. Like, this is going to be a wild, wild film, I think. So, yeah.
I love
I'm
this
interested now.
Coming from the chat from Nate Kistler says
I'm sick of this kid. I'm sick of him already.
The whole crew overthinks everything. I just have to say,
he's
you know
been running.
what?
He's been running his
talk
mouth.
show.
This kid's been running his mouth the entire show, dude. If you don't like it, stop watching. I don't care.
It's a talk
This is
show.
the best part. We have an hour-long show about
Yeah.
DC every week. What do people overthink everything? That's exactly what we're supposed to do. Think about everything.
No, let's just do it now. Like, what do you think of James Wan? He's all right. All right. So, what do you think of Will
Moving
Smith?
on.
He's
Yeah,
good
also,
balls.
yeah,
All right.
Our top story tonight is 20-second teaser.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Everybody's fine.
It happens.
As long as
It happens.
Ben Cat
And
comes
Michelle's
out
out.
to play, then everybody's okay.
Goodbye, Michelle. I want to play a game.
Anyway.
Nice.
That was pretty good.
People have been
actually.
calling for it. They've been calling for the voice of Jigsaw.
Nice.
Yeah, but
So
they-
I had to give it to him.
Yeah, but they were calling for it in what?
Did you ever play the?
They said, want to play a game. In what voice are they asking
I'm not
for?
doing it in Bang
Did you
Cat.
play the computer game, Saw?
No.
Yes.
It takes place between 1 and 2. It's interesting, man.
It's
Like it's part
let's
of
just
the
put it
story.
this way.
Well, that's terrifying.
It's no kid picks.
That would freak me out, man.
It's no Friday Night at Freddy's.
And we've gone off topic
That's
again.
okay. We got time because we're overthinking everything. So, hey, we got to go off topic.
Hey, you quit doing that.
So anyway, Aquaman, needless to say, we're all excited for it. Now, there's been differing opinions. Some people don't necessarily want James Wan, but like I said, not a guaranteed thing. We'll find out what happened. Move on. Now, Cicero, this is something I want to get your thoughts on. DC Divergence. We got some really cool photos / artwork that I
Yeah.
believe we're going to be showing
Yes.
any second now. We got Robo Batman. We mentioned earlier a couple episodes previous. That's what they're calling him, Robo Batman.
I know.
Yeah. He is Bad Bunny in my mind. Because those new ears, though.
It just.
I will become a bunny
I have to tell you guys something.
fear in the hearts of criminals. What?
It's bad. It's really
Okay.
bad. Something you shouldn't say on air. Bad.
Okay. Oh well.
I think we can say whatever you
Now
want.
I'm conflicted.
So amongst my group of friends, Robo is what stands for Roxy body odor. When I've gone to the gym or I'm sweating so bad and I smell. So when I hear Robo Batman, I just think of really smelly Batman. Just isn't doing
How's that for overthinking everything?
What a weird.
isn't doing it
No,
for me. That's
you know
some
what?
spray tan stuff going on. Just share
So-
with you guys about my body odor.
So when you saw RoboCop for the first time,
I know it killed me. It
Like,
killed
oh
me.
my god.
Well, first off, Roxy wasn't alive when RoboCop came out.
right. I assumed.
I've
I meant
seen
the
it
new
since.
one.
I've seen
Got
it
it.
since. Seen both of them. Yep. So just so you guys know a little bit about my life.
Yeah. So we've got the new robot Batman, and Bleeding Cool spoiled who that robot Batman is, which is an interesting choice for the character.
Yeah.
Okay. So why?
And they're also saying that it appears that Commissioner Gordon is the new Batman.
Yeah, that's what Bleeding Cool reported.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that? I mean,
It's
talk about different.
it's so weird. I'm into it.
Really?
Yeah,
Like
which is
if
something
you were
you
gonna
often
go
hear
different,
from me on Friday night.
If you're gonna go different, you have to go that different in order for you to be into it.
Yeah, because they're
You're one of those guys who likes the silent disco.
no, that's just lame. That's no, I can't say that on air.
I will say this: the drawings are pretty impressive, but
Hashtag Roxy smells, Robo smells, yuck Roxy, what the hell Roxy, Robo Roxy, Roxy grounded.
but Ash Liz thinks you look like you smell good.
I smell good most of the time.
Ash Liz, she does. Like I'm right next to her right
it's okay.
now.
The
I'm
Robo's
not.
gone right
I'll
now.
take your word for it.
She smells excellent.
I'll take your word for it.
Yes.
Ooh.
No, because we've had so many, like, you have to step in to become Batman now over the course of over 75 years now. Of just like, Robin, you must become Nightwing, you must be Batman. Like,
Yeah.
random assassin person that we made friends with for
You
3
must
months.
be.
And who still calls himself Azrael. You must be Batman now. So here's like, hey, Jim, you're my best friend. You're not really that kind of a fighter.
Yeah.
You must be Batman. I'm like, yeah, this is like both obvious and not obvious.
Well, logistically, it would make sense that you would ask somebody so close to you, or
exactly.
that. But
we don't think
he
of
doesn't have the
Gordon.
skills.
Yeah, just
He
break
is
it
an
down.
ex-Marine.
He is, but if you just break it down, like Gordon is becoming a superhero. It's like I just thought, like, why hasn't that really happened before?
Right. Wouldn't that make sense? He's
Like they've done Alfred as a villain before. Like what? Why hasn't this happened? So yeah, and I like Scott Snyder, like both professionally and personally. He's an excellent storyteller. So
I'll tell you what, this
how
is something
popular are you
I
over
gotta
there?
believe this is going to be very polarizing. Let's say that.
of course, but the best stories are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Also, this is something that just came across. We got notice of it today. I don't know if we're a couple days behind on this. There's a Nightwing project possibly in the works. They're saying late 2018 release, possibly a prequel to Cyborg.
I'm so bummed that Adam isn't here to talk about that because
I know, we should maybe wait.
he's so
Well, I don't know.
he's so Nightwing obsessed. I
Yeah.
love the character also.
I love
think
Nightwing.
I think that this would be freaking awesome.
I should announce I'm actually playing Nightwing. And,
Hey!
yes,
You heard it here
Yes.
first. Popcorn talk.
yes.
We will report this to Latino Review very soon.
Yeah. It being a prequel to Cyborg would make sense. So what would that put? That would put us in 2018. You said.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, it's just so far. There's so many things we have to do in order to get to that point that I think that all of these things are just in theory because depending on how DC does with the next couple movies, will let us know how many more movies and how many standalones and how many things in this universe we're gonna get.
Well, they're saying they want to use Cyborg to actually launch new franchises. So.
but
we're talking years down the road.
You're talking post all of
Post 2020.
right.
Years away when we are all in rocking chairs.
Mr. Architecture once said, yes, Alan as Nightwing. Yeah, so they're in.
Aw, good deal. I mean, that's going to require a lot more training than what I'm doing right now. The
Just hit a Stairmaster, you're fine.
yeah, I feel like a gerbil on those things. The fun thing also, like immediately my brain went to Nightwing and Wally West are best friends, at least pre New 52.
You're pushing hard for Wally right now.
No, what I'm saying is I could go for a Barry movie, but if you did Wally and you have a Nightwing movie coming out the same year,
And we could do a
instantly
buddy
I'm
movie.
like, buddies!
And also, couldn't you almost do like an origin story in a way? And then. you know.
Yeah.
And like you said, buddies.
What's the name? Nightwing, the place he lives,
Bloodhaven. It's supposed to be Bloodhaven, but everyone kept mispronouncing it, so it became Bloodhaven. Yeah.
That would be so cool to see on screen too. Just different.
My only concern with that is that because Gotham in the comics until like I don't know 5-6 years ago was supposed to be someplace that like was dark and had a lot of corruption. But there was still some good places, like you could see it in the sunlight. And then Bloodhaven was, this is Gotham if Gordon and Batman were never here. And look how bad it got. But everything we've seen on live action of the past decade, whether it's the Dark Knight trilogy or Gotham on TV or even the Arkham video games, Gotham doesn't even look like there could be a word. Gotham just looks damned.
So you think that's really like, how do you go darker than dark?
Yeah, how do you get blood? Then Bloodhaven must be just surrounded by zombies with like vampire over Nazis living in the park.
Gotham always looks beyond reproach. I mean,
that's the problem. And then
they went too far with it in all the live action stuff.
You've got Grammy looking at the screen saying, "I can't see anything." That's what she does. But it's true. Also, like even when you're watching things like Game of Thrones, it gets so dark sometimes. I'm like, I literally don't know what's going on because I cannot see. So I get what you're saying.
I love the idea of going back to Batman. I love the idea of Commissioner Gordon being Batman.
Yeah,
that'd be really cool.
Yeah, it's and again, like, what's always fun is when you get to see someone approach the same role with a different strategy. Mm-hmm. You know, like when Nightwing became Batman for a week in the story Prodigal, it was great. It was like, wow, he does not do things like Bruce does things, which also made it fun years later when Grant Morrison had him become Batman because they thought Bruce was dead.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, this is not Dark Knight Detective anymore. This is Cape Crusader. And it was sort of like Adam West's show on drugs. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
We just got a tweet. We got another photo here of, let's see, Jared Leto. It's just, whoa, God, he looks creepy. Jesus.
What, the other picture of him with the green hair?
Look at that.
Yeah, that came out.
Let me see. Can I put this on?
Yeah.
Can we hold this up?
Yeah, that came out a little bit ago, the other picture of him.
Gross.
What website is that? CBR?
Sure is.
Yeah, Comic Book Resources, CBR. Right?
I'm just looking at tweets here because some people like to live tweet during the show, send us some stuff. Thank you for doing that, by the way.
I gotta say,
cool.
someone suggested Roxy for Vicky Vale. I would watch that.
Yo!
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
I'll pop for that.
As long as you don't have to be on set with me while I smell. Anyway.
Hey, if you're on long days
you smell nice!
So, there are a couple other things I wanted to talk about.
This is getting so creepy.
Yeah, go for it, and then we'll get into a few questions, and we'll call it a day.
All right, because you guys
we'll
know
stop examining things.
I need my TV time.
We're overthinking things.
TV time.
TV time.
So just as an update on Constantine.
That was like a threat.
In a world where Roxy just wanted to have her TV time.
So, as an update on Constantine, there is no update on Constantine. It came out that Constantine was canceled, and then that was premature, and now we are exactly where we were a week ago. So that's that for you. The next thing I'm going to talk about is a big spoiler alert. So if
Spoiler.
that was spoiler. So if you are in a different country or if you didn't watch Arrow last night, do not listen right now to what I am about to say.
We should type in capital letters when the spoiler talk is done in the chat room.
When the spoiler talk is done, I'm going to start waving my hands again like this if you are watching. So here's the deal.
Don't go too crazy on a spoiler.
I just have to talk about this.
You can talk about it.
Here's
just
the deal.
Don't go crazy.
Okay, well, let me talk.
Go ahead.
Colton Hayes, who you guys know obviously as Roy on Arrow,
Go ahead,
he has left the show. He has left the Arrow show. If you didn't watch the episode, you will learn why or how or what. But it has also been said that he will definitely be in the season finale. That will be the only time we see him again this season, and that he might be a part of this universe in a different way, maybe going on a spin-off or something, but it seemed amicable. The character was never supposed to stay forever anyway, but it did bring tears to my eyes, and that's all I have to say. Okay, we're done with that.
Mm-hmm. Good job.
Spoilers done.
Good job.
Yep. Now we're gonna go to some questions. Question time.
Oh, that was it. That was it for TV time.
Yeah, that was TV.
Okay.
Well.
And also, Flash is amazing.
Yeah. And the other part of TV time was actually in a question. So this is still TV time moving into questions. See what I'm doing there? It's a nice little flow we've got going on.
Do it.
So this is about Supergirl. This is coming from at EAL Purin. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. Thoughts on the new Supergirl suit and cast members. So this, I don't really know. They don't know whether this is the behind-the-scenes picture that we've got going on of Supergirl, or whether this was her on set looking like she's working in an office as Supergirl.
That's kind of what's behind the scenes.
That's kind of what they released weeks ago.
Right.
I like it. It's a combination of retro and yet, I mean, I'm not one for fashion.
Right.
But if I could describe it in the best way, I would say retro sleek.
You know what I like? I
can't believe I just said retro sleek. That's the weirdest.
Good.
I can never. I'm never going to talk about.
Terrible band name.
Never going to talk about clothing. They're playing at Coachella this weekend.
Yeah.
Retro
No one's going to watch them.
I'm never going to talk about clothing ever again. I have no right.
So what I actually like the costume more here than I saw it in the promo photos.
Yeah.
And I think it was the lighting. Here it looks a little more vibrant.
I felt like the one in the promo photos could have been seen at iParty. Like, this one just looks a little nicer.
Yeah, it pops a little more. And Supergirl, even if you're trying to emulate the Snyder approach to Kryptonian clothes, Supergirl should pop more. There should be a little more color. She's more of a fun, kind of high adventure character. And I think it's looking good. I'm excited for the Supergirl show, especially a lot of it's the run by Sterling Gates and Jamal Igle, which was a really fantastic run for that character.
It's going to be quirky, that's for sure. It's CBS.
Yeah. And we've got Alan McBeal being her J. Jonah Jameson, basically. She's playing Callista Flockhart as Cat Grant, and I think that's a fun choice.
And Callista Flockhart, if anyone could play quirky, yet slightly alcoholic.
Yeah, Cat Grant is going to be a handful and in a really entertaining way.
And it's going to be one of those shows where bullets may fly, no one's ever going to get hit. Like, I think that kind of deal.
Yeah.
But it'll be quirky, it'll be fun.
I'm sort of a modern, slightly more of the Lois and Clark style. I think that would work beautifully.
On to Lee Rowland wants to know, please explain why the Flash needs to be funny. So we've over and over talked about how the Flash... Yeah. I just think it's character based.
Yeah.
For me. I mean, it depends on who it is, but between Wally and I don't know.
Just the fact that to me, I forgot I'm the fastest man alive. To me, it's almost like he's saying that tongue in cheek, even though he is. To me, that just lends humor to it more so than "Do you bleed?" You know what I mean?
Well, also the Flash legacy has always been. It can be taken a few different ways. So by funny, I don't necessarily mean he's got a cracked wise like Deadpool or Spider-Man. Funny, just that there's bands of play in the character, which really the first character, the first superhero in comics who we saw use his powers recreationally. Yeah. Like just even with the second issue he was in, he was playing tennis with himself, and you would see him put his girlfriend in a taxi cab to go to dinner, and he would race the taxi cab to see who would get there first. Like, he loved being him, and he would fight really wild, outlandish villains who were
clever and
who were threats, but they were also obviously silly. The fiddler didn't just have this weaponized fiddle. His car looked like a giant freaking fiddle.
Right.
And then you fast forward to Barry Allen.
It's like in Home Alone. The kidnappers aren't going to win.
Yeah, and then you fast forward to Barry Allen, and you've got telepathic gorillas and dudes who call themselves the Pied Piper, and a guy who
trickster,
has the trickster, and a guy who has the guts to call himself Cat and yet be a badass.
Yeah.
And he would like go to other dimensions, and he made a time machine he called the Cosmic Treadmill.
Yes.
And what helps with that also is all that fun then when you have the serious villains like Reverse Flash, or when you have the serious stories like someone actually died, it gives them more weight. And that's what the Flash has done beautifully when they've had really good writers on it.
And don't get me wrong, I'm all for it. Like, I love the TDK trilogy. I love that when you are dark and it's deep and all these things. But it's nice to have a breath of fresh air sometimes. So I don't think it needs to be, but I think it's nice.
Yeah, the movie doesn't have to be like a comedy, but there should be fun in it. Yeah. And there can also be darkness. One does not exclude the other.
And there's also a fun little question from chat roll. Stetson Kuda, I believe the name is. My screen just froze. He wants to know if we think there's going to be a Arkham Asylum breakout in Suicide Squad from certain villains, criminals, you name it.
Yeah,
there definitely could be, because that's the easiest thing to do. I kind of hope not, or that if it happens, it's just at the very end, and maybe that leads into why there needs to be a Justice League now or something. Like,
you don't think it would be at the very beginning, and that would kind of
And that's why they put together the Suicide Squad?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, we've got so many characters that would make sense.
It's just such an easy premise that we keep seeing it. We've seen it in so many different things. I would like it not to be the opening premise.
There you go.
That's all.
Cool.
Okay. This one is coming from Henry Villarville. Sorry. How can I watch this live on YouTube or anywhere else I want to socialize with you all? So I just want to address that really quick. You guys can find us live. I know we've been changing around times, but we are usually on Thursdays live at 2:30. Or 2:45. That is Pacific time. And we're on the Popcorn Talk YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Popcorn Talk Network. So if you want to watch with us live, you can do it there. Otherwise, always afterwards.
Our Facebook page, we always post it up. Our Twitter, we always post it up. And our apologies for changing the time, but that happens. We all have individual schedules. We're all trying to make a living. Sometimes jobs pop up. That's why I'm late today. Sorry.
Yeah.
Right.
So we always find a way to make it in.
So
that's what we try to do.
Absolutely. Moving on. At the Arkham Titan says, do you think that Netflix will do a DC original like Daredevil? What would you like to see? Who would you like to see?
I mean, that's up to if Warner Brothers wants to make that deal. I'm sure Netflix would be fine with that.
Yeah.
I don't think Netflix is going to be like,
So,
no.
I mean, I don't know, Warner Brothers. You and your money.
From what I heard, Daredevil's kind of a success.
So, I mean, what are we, 2 episodes? People have I know Netflix, you release it all at once, but people have watched a couple episodes
I
here
know
and there.
people that have watched the entire damn season
really?
already.
I have.
Oh, really?
Oh, you
wow.
have?
Yeah.
Most people I know are 2 to 4 episodes in right now.
I need to start. I have to re-up my Netflix.
I would love to see if they did do a series and you got to do it in the sort of the Netflix format where it's almost not a series of episodes, but it's almost like a large movie.
Right.
And you're dividing into chapters. I would want to see The Question. I think that would be fantastic. You could do a Blue Beetle Booster Gold buddy show.
Oh, hell yes.
Yeah,
That's perfect for Netflix.
Yeah.
I'm available.
Yeah. I know she's already getting an animated series, but I would love to see Vixen rock out. I would love to see Vixen rock out.
That's true.
Who else is...
I would love to see a Suicide Squad. I know we're already seeing them a little on Arrow, but I think that'd be so
Honestly,
cool.
I think Suicide Squad does... I mean, and I've said this for a lot of characters. I mean, these are serialized stories, so automatically I think the serial format of a TV show or a Netflix series just gives you a better handle on being able to explore the characters and go in different directions and really let everyone shine and slowly peel away their world.
And also hope that people notice the subtle nuances that you plant because they're watching it quicker and more together and whatnot.
I would love to see, since the movie didn't do so hot, and I know they're nervous about making a new movie, I would go for a Green Lantern series. Have Jon Stewart be your main Green Lantern.
Okay.
And don't go into an origin story. He's here. He can do the whole, what they've done in CW where it's a voice intro. Just have it be the voice intro. Look, my name's Jon Stewart. I was a Marine. Now I have an alien weapon. I'm called Green Lantern. And just...
Almost like the beginning of Quantum Leap. It tells you the whole story as to why Sam is leaping.
Exactly. And you just jump into it, and you have a guy who has this incredible weapon, but he wants to really help the world. He can be like a social justice Green Lantern. And deal with how many issues just can't be zapped away, along with the occasional supervillain, and slowly you can peel away layers where maybe Hal shows up in one episode and just wants to check up on how he's doing. End of the season, you bring in the other Lantern Corps, hey, dude, we need your help, come on. And he goes off planet, and that can be explored in the second season. You can really do a lot if you approach that with Space Cop on Earth.
I love it. We have time for one more question.
Okay.
Make it a quick one. We'll make it happen.
That's what she said.
Hey-o! All the time.
All right, this is from Louis Justice. Question for you guys. Do you think that WB/DC will be releasing their new trailer online anywhere? So...
the trailer, yeah.
We talking BVS?
Yeah.
I'm thinking we're talking BVS.
Yeah, the trailer, yes, not the 2-minute presentation.
So what are you taking as the trailer?
You're talking the 30-second spot, like a regular commercial trailer.
I mean,
not the full length.
Right. I keep getting confused with
if
what
they do,
doing.
I want to wait. Make people go to the theater. I want to go to the theater and see it. Make people go to the theater before you put it online. Make people wait.
Yeah,
that's my thing.
What I'm saying is, I could see them. Not what's happening now, but a month from now or 2 months from now, taking part of what they put in the 2-minute presentation and putting it in a trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Boomtown.
Okay.
Well, that's about it. Shoot, let's put ourselves over. Sizzler, go.
All right. My Twitter feed is at Sizzler Kistler. I will be at Wizard World Las Vegas on the 25th and the 26th of this month. I'll be signing Doctor Who history and the unofficial Game of Thrones cookbook, and I'll be on several panels, a couple with Matt Key from the Marvel Movie News.
Hey, all right.
And then you guys can find me everywhere at Roxy Striar. And please do me a favor, because you guys have been so amazing on YouTube, on Facebook, and whatnot. But it's important for us that you guys go over to iTunes and give us that good 5-star rating and leave a comment. Our iTunes ratings are lacking sometimes. So you guys do me a favor and go over and do that. You guys are the absolute best fans of the world, and I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. At JQuasto on Twitter, jlocomedy.com. Do you live near Pittsburgh? Because I'm going to be there May 13th to 16th. I'm headlining one of the nights. I would love to see you, so hit me up on social media. Also, I finished my very own film. It's called The Thumb Wrestler. Yes, it's a comedy. Go to thethumbwrestler.com. Check out the website. We just spruced it up. And please like the Facebook page. I would be forever grateful to you for that. So, what a week it's been. We hope for another great one. Thank you for watching. We had a record number of people in chat roll today. Can't thank you enough. Thank you for listening and all that good stuff. Have a great week out there in the DCU. See ya!
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.